Hey, what's up? So I have written a post about the return of Defiance. I grabbed some gameplay, some random gameplay from a small channel. I looked through a few videos, and there were longer ones, better quality and stuff. But I didn't like the gameplay going on. It was a lot of map and inventory screens. So this one looked decent in comparison to the other ones I had seen. So I'm gonna use this one as far as the background here while I read the post. All right, so Defiance is making a comeback. Let me. Oh crap! Sorry, clicked on the wrong thing. I keep clicking on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm struggling a bit with how I feel about the return of Defiance, the free-to-play third-person shooter MMORPG. If there was some actual major game update and revamping, such as real renewal of gameplay, visuals, bug fixes, and such, then I'd probably be a whole lot more excited for it. I do plan to jump into the game again just to see if I find myself in the mood to continue playing, but I don't know when that'll actually happen. Possibly day one, but maybe not. I had liked it. It wasn't impressive, but it was fun enough. I have to make that clear because I did like the game, but it's not like super impressive and stuff, but it was cool. The return to Defiance will not include any previous data if you had played before. It will also require the creation of a completely brand new account since it's on an entirely new system. This will be a fresh start for all players. It will not have controller support, will only launch on PC with Windows support, and will only have a North American servers to start with. The game will and it will also only be available to download and play on their own launcher, with hopes to also be available on Steam in the future. I understand how annoying that can be, but a while back, I had literally spent 2 years every single day playing hundreds of free-to-play MMORPGs, and almost every single one of them required its own account and game launcher, so I'm like, whatevs. That's no exaggeration. 2 years now, every day. I played hundreds of MMORPGs at the time. I was trying to replace World of Warcraft, which never happened, but I did play lots of great games, lots of really cool games. And they all required their own accounts. There are some companies like free to play, like there's Perfect World, who has a bunch of games that you can use on one account. There are different companies like that, publishers and stuff, where they have multiple games. But I had created, I ended up making a completely separate email after creating like 20 or more accounts before I realized I'm not going to want these all coming to my email, and I made hundreds of accounts. So just throwing that out there because it was funny, and it was a good time, man. It's pretty cool. I always think about that. I'll never forget that. And so I understand the whole thing about, like, I remember, people would complain about like the EA app, Ubisoft app, and I want everything on Steam, la la la. So I understand it, but I've made these other accounts. I use these other apps, like, whatever. It's kind of normal to me. But I do understand the convenience of having it all in one place, kind of thing. But don't go for that, man. It's terrible. Okay, anyways, continuing. I was planning to write a lot more details related to their FAQ, but I just don't even care anymore while writing this. They didn't do anything, man. They're like, we'll see if players are playing, and then we might update the game based on their feedback. It just feels like a scam to me. I guess if I was rich, I could just pay to bring Marvel Heroes back, activate the cash shop, and swim in the profit. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but this whole thing just makes no sense to me. Zero update at all, zero enhancements, zero fixes, nothing. They did take away some DLC content. I don't actually care about that, but I do think it's funny. Fawkes, the studio bringing Defiance back to life, says they were inspired by a large community and YouTube comments as well as the Reddit forum to try and bring the game back. If this is a studio that has a genuine passion for the game, then this revival could be extremely cool. But I would think if they were that passionate, there would already have been a revamp done to the game for a relaunch. I also understand that they could have done a super cool revamp to the game before relaunching, and if the game still died miserably, yeah, that would suck too. I am in no way suggesting they delay the game until it's fixed up or something. It's just not a nice surprise. I'd love to see this work out. Then, Fawkes has a focus on being cost-effective and using AI for cost reductions and lean operations. This is in their About page. Who do you think that's for? Do you think they described that in their About section for the players? I don't. Remote work as well, which I don't want to get into why that's not actually a good thing. Convenient, sure. Anyways, that just bugs me. So just new normal 2030 agenda in full works and full effects. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not. I don't care. I'm just saying. I have not been a part of the Defiance fan community all of these years. Are they serious about playing the game, or are they just reminiscing? It is possible that just the Reddit and YouTube fans could be enough to give the game real life, but it would most likely be small, maybe in the hundreds. That has to be enough for people. I've never forgotten a comment I had seen years ago. If you designed and developed the game, how many people do you think would play it? They didn't put it as nicely as I have, but I've never forgotten the point. For me, it would be none or one. Appreciate the one. I'm not suggesting one active player can keep an online game alive. Don't miss the point. I kind of don't want to post this because I do feel that if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. So I do agree generally. And I usually don't purposely go out of my way to talk about things I don't like. But I guess that's the thing. I did like Defiance. I also was really surprised by the TV show and loved the heck out of it. I hadn't watched it right away. I'm recently watching it again casually. I hadn't watched it right away at the time. I probably saw the show a year or two after it was canceled. I don't remember exactly. I just remember it being really good. So I'm not here to hate on something I never cared about. I did care, and I do have concerns. Fawkes' message of bringing Defiance back seems heartfelt. In a world ruled and run by lies, I'll believe it when I see it. I do hope they have the passion for this. The tone and direction I intended to go with this post is not the same as it has ended up being. I was excited for the news, but the whole relaunch with 0 updates, it all bothers me. If I end up regretting my post and loving the game more than I expected again, I'll probably be back to write about this again and possibly remove this post. I certainly am not trying to keep you from playing it when it's up. Please do give it a try April 18th, especially if you never played it before. Do know it will look and probably feel outdated, but it was a fun and cool game. Whoops. Was I on the wrong screen this whole time? Okay, no, okay. Sorry about that. We'll skip ahead there a little bit. I do want to just a couple extra notes to say on that. I gotta look back up here and see where I was. What I wanted to do a note on. Was it, no, it wasn't that. I had just a couple extra things, and that's why I try to stick to reading, because I'll go on, man. I'll ramble about like lots of related things and whatever. I know I had something extra on this. Where am I? Watch this message. No. Oh yeah. So I was one of the things now I remember as I was looking at the website for Fawkes, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it just seems like they're just bringing back games to life so that they can make money off of it. Now I could be wrong. I don't know. They like brought back dead games and they just like, here, it's available now, right? Like, and it just doesn't seem like they actually did anything with it. And I don't 100% know. I didn't go do research. I was just looking at it and I was like, it seems odd, right? Like, you know. But anyways, I do hope that this works out. I hope that maybe it would be nice to see it. If it gets enough players and they end up, you know, developing and adding more content and fixing it up and whatever, right? Like that would be pretty cool. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. And I know I had some extra thoughts, but I'd sit here for a few minutes. Whatever, I'm going to go now. I have some stuff to do. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.